childrens. In continuation with the science, general science, this is our first lesson, and yesterday we have finished the classification of plants, and today we are taking the new point, that is the adaptations in plants we had seen, and today we are looking the adaptations in the animals. Okay, so that is adaptations in the animal. So first of all, they told you one question: make a list of animals in your surrounding. So which animals are there in your surrounding? Dog is there, dog, cow, goat, buffalo, then cat, rat. So many animals are there in our surrounding. So we have to make list of these animals. Compare this diversity of animals listed by your friend. So you and your friend both are making the list of it. So you have to compare these animals with your list. Discuss habitat. Habitat, what is the habitat? Habitat means where they are living. Okay. Then afterwards, food habits. For example, suppose we take the example of the rabbit. So where is rabbit living? Rabbit is living in the hole, and snake it is also living in the hole. For example, fishes, if we are taking, then fishes, they are living inside the water. Afterwards, birds, the birds are living in the living on, or they are arboreal, they are living on trees, otherwise they just fly in the sky. So in this way, their habitats are there. Food habits. Food habits means some are eating the flesh of animals, some are eating the seeds and all. So these are the food habits. According to that, what happens, we have to compare the animals. Then characteristics. What is the characteristics? Characteristics means how are they? So if you take the example, so the human being walks on the two legs, but the cow, goat, buffalo and other animals, they are walking. Otherwise the birds, they are hopping on the ground. So and afterwards we have to check the body structure on like vertebral column, means they have the vertebral column. Vertebral column means I told you that it is present in vertebrates, and that is present from the below our head to our waist, and that is the vertebral column. Then wings, they have the wings, they have gills, tails, etc., and we have to prepare the chart of it. So what difference do you see between the terrestrial and the aquatic animals? So you will easily say that the terrestrial animals have the lungs for the respiration, but aquatic animals have the what? They are using gills for the respiration. Then again, terrestrial animals, they are walking by legs, while the aquatic animals like fishes, they have the different organs like the fins for the locomotion. Okay, so that is the main difference. Afterwards, the terrestrial animals, what happens, their skin means they are terrestrial animals have the hairs on his body, while the aquatic animals have the scales on his body. In this way, some differences are there in between the terrestrial and the aquatic animals. So again, what they told you, as compared to the terrestrial animal, the skin, here they gave the difference. As compared to the terrestrial animals, the skin body shape. Yes, that I forgot to tell you. The body shape of the aquatic animal is spindle shape. Spindle shape means what? How is the boat structure is there? Boat, it is at two ends. So this is suppose a boat. So this boat has these two tapering ends. This side, both side it has a tapering ends, and in middle it bulges. This part, it is bulging part, and here it is tapers towards the end. So this is the tapering and middle, it is a bulging part is there, and same structure is there having to whose the aquatic animals, and this structure is specially developed to reduce the water pressure whenever it is swimming inside the water. Okay, then afterwards, what they told you, aquatic appear to have the undergo changes. So terrestrial animal skin, body shape of aquatic animals appear to have undergone changes. Fishes have the scales on their skin, that is important. See, these scales are there in his body. Fishes have the scales on their body. So these are the scales on their body, and fins for them. So these are the fins. See here, these are the fins. Then on the body, their body tapers toward both the ends. Just I told you here, it taper. In this figure you see, it tapers, or in this also, if you see, it taper. Taper means what happens? This side it what happens? It is triangular in shape, tapers towards the end, and afterwards they, like a spindle, fish breathe with the gills. We are using what? Like lungs, nose is there, but they have the what? Gills instead of nose. Their eyes have transparent eyelids. So their eyes are there, no? If you see, the eyes doesn't have the, we see the eyes, there is no eyelids are there, but it is the eyelids are there and they are transparent and it covers the eyes. Okay. Then afterwards, what they told you here, they have the eyelids, they have air bladder within the body. Air bladder means the space of air for space of air. So that air bladder, what happens? It helps to float on the surface of the surface of water, otherwise inside the water. So main characteristics of the aquatic animals that we see here is the what? First is their fishes have the scales and on the skin and the fins. So they have the scale, fins on their body, and the body is tapered towards both the ends like spindle. These fish breathe with the help of gills, and eyelids are transparent. Eyes have the transparent eyelids, and they have air bladder. So these adaptations are seen in the animals who are living in the water. Just we seen that plants which they are living in the water, they have the waxy covering on its leaves, and afterwards they have the air space in the stem inside. So that such things are present in animal also to live inside the water, and that is for these adaptations are found in the animals who are living in the water. So these are the scales on the scale and fins on the body tapering ends are there. Then they are breathing with the help of gills. The eyes have the eyelids, they are transparent, and they have the air bladder. So observe the bodies of the frog. Next point is they told you, observe the body of a frog, duck and the tortoise. Which animals? Frog, duck and the tortoise. If you see, the body of frog is sticky substance is sticking on their body. Sticky substance is there. So these frogs are there. They are first of all amphibians, means they are living on land also and they are living inside the water also. Means both type of atmosphere is suitable for the frog. So when they are on the land, that time they are respiring with the help of lungs, and when they are inside the water, that time skin is doing the function of respiration. Afterwards, there is a duck and tortoise. They are also what happens, their structures also have, they are living in the tortoise is living also both the environments. At that time it uses their body parts for the respiration. So from this, of what is the use of legs in the body? If you see the duck, so it's we see it's a leg. So this is suppose the leg, it has a web like structure inside the web-like structure in between the this fingers like structure. So this structure helps this duck at the time of swimming, and that is helpful for the duck. And what help the frog bathe under the water? So frog breathes under the water with the help of skin. Okay. And of what use are the long hind legs for the frog. So if you see the structure of frog, you see his backside legs are long. So whenever it is jumping, what happens? And they also have this types of feathers. Okay, and that is also help it for the swimming. Why doesn't the duck get wet inside the water? And so the duck is not wet inside the water because its feathers are covered with the waxy layer. So because of that waxy layer, when the water falls on the wings, then what happens? The water just trickle off and the feathers remains dry. Okay, so these adaptations are seen in the mostly aquatic animals. Okay, now see here, webbed toes are shown here. I shown with the picture. These types of legs are present. Means this is the webbed toe. So this is the toes, and in between two toes there is one kind of a thin layer of skin, and that is called as a web, and this is called as a web toes. And this web toes helps this frog at the time, frog and duck for the at the time of swimming. So here, as the frog and duck have the web toes, they can use their leg like oars. Okay, oar means what? Whenever when we are sitting inside the boat, that time that he is using the board for the to carry the boat. Okay, so water flow of the waxy feathers and birds like duck and water hen webbed means, again this is also the water flow of the waxy feathers, means the feathers of this duck and the birds is waxy, and that's why what happens, when the water fall on it, it flow off. Then webbed toes, slippery, smooth skin, triangular head helps the frog to swim inside. So which are the adaptations are seen in the frog? So that is, first is the web toes. Okay, it has a web. These types of webs are present inside the legs of the hind legs of the frog. Then they have the slippery, means skin is slippery, sticky it is there. Smooth skin is there. Okay. Then afterwards, smooth skin is there, and triangular head. Its head is triangular. Such a head is there, and because of it, what happens? It can easily swim inside the water. Okay. So in frog inside which adaptations we see? That is web toes, slippery and smooth skin, triangular head. And in the duck inside which what we see? The waxy feathers or bird like feathers are present inside it, and they have the web toes also. Then here they can live on land as well as in water due to their ability to breathe. So ability to breathe through the skin in water, and using the nose and lungs on the skin. The typical color of the frog back help the hide among the grasses. See, that is also the main character, the main adaptation. So they can live on land as well as water. So they are living on both land and the water inside also. So they have the ability to breathe through the skin, means they are breathing with the skin, and also they are using the nose. When it is in the water, it uses the skin. When it is on the land, it uses the nose, and lungs are on land. The typical color of the frog and also the typical color of frog helps the frog to hide among the grasses. Okay, so that is the main adaptation in the frog and the duck, these types of animals. Now these are the aquatic animals that we see the adaptations in the animals like fishes, then afterwards frog and the duck. After this we will see the adaptations in the animals, those who are living on the grassland. Okay, so grassland means what I told you is grasses are short also, and sometimes it is very huge. Even the elephant can hide behind that grass. So this much tall grass is also present. So first of all, we will see the carnivorous animals. Carnivorous animals, those animals are eating the flesh of the other animals. So which animals are those? Dog, frog, tiger and the lion have the strong legs. They have the strong legs to run fast and capture the prey. Okay, so which adaptations are there in these carnivorous animals? You know, if you want to capture the prey, we have to, means if you see the speed of deer is very faster, and to capture it, if the speed of the lion is more than that of the deer, then only it is possible to capture the deer. So for that purpose, the animals like dog, fox, tiger, lion have the strong legs. So these animals' legs are very strong, and that's why what happens, they run very fast and capture the prey. Okay, they have claws. Claws means what? Their claws, paws having the claws, it has strong nails on it, and because of it, what happens, they can tear the flesh of the animal. Okay, and their canine means teeth. Okay, these canine teeth are very sharp. Okay, if you see in the picture, wait, I will show you. See, these are the canines. So these are the canines that I am showing with the pink color. No, these are the canines, and they are very strong. These canines are very strong, and it helps the lion or tiger to tear the flesh of the prey. Okay. Then afterwards we will see canine teeth are sharp and pointed, as that is the function. What is the function of such a teeth? Just I told you, its function is to tear the flesh. So next we will see the tigers have padded paws. Padded paws means what? Padded paws means how our bed having the soft such a type of padded paws are there. And what is the use of this padded paws? Whenever it walks, that time what happens, because of softness it is not producing the voice. So because of that reason the prey is not get alert and they can easily capture the prey, and for that purpose these padded paws are using. This enables them to silently stalk and their prey and capture it easily. So if they are hearing, the prey will hear the voice, then what happens? They will run away. And so for that purpose, the adaptations in the carnivorous animal inside, this is also the one of the adaptation, that is the padded paws. Then the eyes of predatory carnivores are located in front of their head. So eyes are in front of our also eyes are in front of our head, and so front of their head, it helps them to spot the prey from a long distance. So that is the also that eyes are what located in front of their head, and it helps to spot the prey from a long distance. Okay. Now this is the adaptations in the herbivorous animals. So carnivorous animal. Once again repeating, the carnivorous animals have which adaptations I am going to underline. You also just underline it on your textbook. They have the strong legs to run fast and capture the prey. Again what I told you, the canines are very sharp to tear the body of the animal. Again they have the padded paws, and this because of it they can not make the noise at the time of walking. Eyes are in front of the head, and this help they stop the prey. So these are the adaptations are seen in the carnivorous animals. May note down this, all of you, it is very important. After the carnivorous animal, we will see the adaptations in the herbivores. Okay, so which adaptations are seen in the herbivores? So see here, herbivores have, so as the carnivorous are adaptations are to develop for the capturing the prey, but in herbivores the adaptations are for what? To capture, to just move away when there is a attack. So which are the, we will see which are the adaptations. The herbivores are below eyes of herbivores are below forehead. So this is suppose forehead, it's below, eyes are there, you see in the picture. Okay, otherwise I will show you by zooming in. So this is the forehead of this deer, this is the forehead. Okay, and below this forehead there are the eyes are present. Okay, now eyes are present below the forehead and either side of it. In tiger, lion, inside, these are present, eyes are present in front of the head, but in these animals the eyes are present on either side of it. So eyes are below the forehead and they are either side of it. This gives them wide angle vision. Wide angle means they can see from both the side, wide angle they will see, which help them to protect from the predators. Predators means those who are attacking, like lion, tigers, they are predators because they are eating these animals, and prey means these animals, deer and all, whose is the food for the predator. Their legs are long, if you see the picture, and tapering with the strong hooves. Hooves means what? If I will show you in the picture. So see here, legs are long. What they told you? Legs are long. These are the legs. And these are the legs, and they have the paws. So here paws are there. What is there? Sorry. They have the legs are long and tapering, strong hooves. Hooves are there. Hooves means in Marathi we say the khur. How the bull, otherwise horse, they have same way they have the hooves, which enable them to run faster. They to run fast, taking a long leaps. They are taking the long leaps. Okay, their long and freely moving ear can receive the sound. If you see, when we are walking, a cat is sleeping, but when we just enter, or then what happens? He is moving his ears. And why it is? Because they have the strong sense of hearing, and these also animals have. Cat is not a herbivorous, but I shown told you by example because it is present mostly in our houses. So they also have their ears. They are moving in all directions. You just move your ears. Is it possible to move in any direction like cat? It's not possible. Okay, and this type of adaptation is seen in the herbivorous animal for a long distance and different direction. Deer, black bugs have occurred. They are merged with their surrounding. So the teeth are strong, but canines are not strong. The teeth are strong for what? Chewing the tough plant material. So which adaptations we can see in the herbivorous animal? First of all, their eyes are below forehead, and they are, what happens, on either side, and for what purpose? For wide angle vision. And what happens again? The legs are long and tapering, and they have the hooves. Again, what they told you, then they have the eyes which are freely long and freely moving, and that's why they can capture the voice from a long distance. And then this again, their teeth are very strong to chewing the tough plant material. So these adaptations are seen in the herbivores. And today we are finishing our lecture till here only, and tomorrow we will see the next part of our lesson. Okay, all of you just note down the points, underline the points whatever I shown you today, and just learn this point for the practice. Okay.